What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades. Guys and gals, we've got an update on the Damascus pendant project. But there's not been enough videos on this thing. Spent today out in the freezing cold. It was about 35 degrees outside today, and I was out there for about 4 hours grinding on these things, just having a good old time. It was a lot like a party, except freezing cold, and it was just me. So what we got done was we got all of the final dimensional grinds done on the cross pendants, and got the surface grinding done. And I finished these when 400, 600, 800 grit on these. I'm totally done grinding on them unless I find something I need to clean up. And what I am doing right now is I am hand sanding. I'm breaking the edges because I did the two perpendicular surfaces on these, and when you do that, it does leave a pretty crisp edge. And while I want the edges to be crisp and have a nice crisp finish to it, I don't want it to be too crisp because it is jewelry. You're going to be wearing it against your skin. So what I'm doing right now is I'm breaking all those edges in the corners, and then the cross pendants are going to be done as far as the grinds go. And this is right here. This is a cable Damascus one, and I don't know how good you guys can see that, and it's covered with WD-40 and sanding grind right now. But what that leaves us left is the dog tags, which have to be the final dimensional grinds and the surface grind on them done. And I'll do those early tomorrow. And then everything will be ground, and pretty much, unless there's something I have to clean up on them, be pretty much ready for etching. Now, as far as our schedule goes on these, today is the 5th. My plan right now is, Wednesday will be the 7th, so next Wednesday is the 14th. These will be shipping out on the 14th. I did decide, since this was the very first thing to come out of my shop, I did decide to sort of fancy it up just a little bit and had to order something that is going along with these. I got to wait for that to come in the mail. So these will be going out on the 14th. Now, what that means is, for those of you that paid deposits, these will be going out on the 14th. I will need the remainder of your balance by then. And for those of you that have not given me your mailing address, I will need that also. And there is a few of you. So if you have not given me your mailing address, or you don't remember whether you've given it to me or not, go ahead and contact me and let me know what your mailing address is, so when they are ready to ship out, they can go out to you. Now, what else do we have sort of touch base on? Tomorrow we have a review, a follow-up video on the San Renmu Land 9104 folder. Now, most of you guys and gals should know I posted a video last week that was a disassembly video on that knife because I was so impressed with the manufacturing quality on it. I took it apart and did a video. And that's the first time I've done that. I do not take knives apart. But this one, there was something that had a bunch of grease in it. They used actual grease on the pivot instead of oil. And I wanted to clean that out and take a look at the inside at the same time. But we've got the review coming up on that. And I don't want to do any spoilers, but it's a pretty doggone decent knife, guys, especially for $18. It's pretty nice. If you can get past the fact that it's basically a Sabenza 21 copy, then it is a very, very decent knife. So there'll be an in-depth review on that tomorrow. Let's see, what else? What else do we have to share? Oh, we've got the rings over here for these pendants. Not to go back onto the pendant thing, but we got these rings in. These are 12 gauge. They are very heavy rings. They are 1/2 inch ID. Actually, they're about 530 thousandths, I think is what they actually are. And you know what, I decided to go with that heavy of a ring because these are fairly substantial pendants. So I thought that they would be better balanced on a heavier ring. And I think that I made the right choice on those. Of course, I don't know what everybody likes, but as far as what they're going to come with, here is one of the dog tags, and you can see that the ring size on it, and it is a pretty heavy ring. The only thing I didn't like about these rings, they are titanium. They are machine cut instead of saw cut on the end, so it doesn't have quite as clean of a joint as I would have liked. But other than that, I really, really like them. I was really pleased with the service from the company that I got them from. If anybody needs to know where I got them from, I believe the name of the place was Ring Lord. And I mean, they've got rings in everything: copper, bronze, aluminum, titanium, stainless steel, sterling silver, just everything. And of course, you know, multiple ring sizes and gauge thicknesses and everything that you typically see in chainmail work. Because that's what they are. They're rings for chainmail work. And it's, you know, it's pretty reasonable. You know, I got 100 rings of that 12 gauge, and it was about $12 shipped, something like that. So that's, you know, that's not too bad. All right. Well, guys, I'm gonna keep this video pretty short, and I'm gonna say that it was cold outside today. It was cold out there today, guys. I came inside and had to wash my hands so I could get a drink, and it hurt to wash my hands. It hurt to put my hands in warm water. They were that cold, because I had been out there for an hour or 2 hours in the cold. Like I say, it was about 35 degrees outside, and the wind blowing and all of that jazz. But that's where we are, guys. I mean, we're really, really close. These will be ready to ship on the 14th. Anybody that needs to close out their business with me or get their address to me, go ahead and do that. We're going to need that stuff, guys. And thank you all for your support. I hope everybody is going to be pleased with these. And of course, when I do the etching, we're going to do a video on that too. We're not going to get too crazy and do too many more videos, because I'm about tired of saying Damascus pendant project myself, and you guys are probably about tired of hearing about it. But we'll have that review on that San Renmu, that 9104 frame lock folder coming up tomorrow. We'll finish grinding on all the pendants tomorrow. By the end of the day tomorrow, all will be finished ground. And then the next thing will be to etch them. Wait on the finishing touches to come in the mail. And then we'll get them shipped out to you guys. As always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.